When a dam bursts in movies, it might be a mesmerizing spectacle, but in real life, everything's a little different. You are now looking at the largest, most technologically advanced dam in the world, with a length of 2,335 meters. And even this miracle of engineering was unable to hold out against the enormous pressure of the water behind it. Today, we'll show you how this could happen. But before we get to that, subscribe to our channel and click on the like button. Hurry, the surging waters are already near. The Chinese hydroelectric plant Three Gorges Dam is considered the largest power generating facility ever built, and it holds back 39.3 square kilometers of water. This gigantic dam is 2,335 meters long and 185 meters high, and it's on the verge of collapsing. All because in just 2 months of heavy rains, the level of water in the reservoir had risen to 167.65 meters against a maximum of 175 meters. This is so much that on July 19, 2020, the concrete monolithic part of the dam, weighing a record 65.5 million tons, began to bend under the pressure of the water. The government decided to make an emergency release of water. 11 outlets of the dam had been opened to discharge 49.2 million liters of water per second. Within 1 second, such a stream could fill 27 Olympic-sized swimming pools, 50 meters long and 25 meters wide. If the dam could not withstand it, then a surge of water would flow at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, and the water level in flooded areas would reach 20 meters. The flooded area would encompass from the Yangtze to Shanghai, and 360 million people would be in danger. This body of water that you see on Google Maps was a reservoir for irrigating a desert landscape. It held some 900 million tons of water. Unfortunately, during the construction of the dam, the building company decided to save money and spent only half as much on materials as was needed. On May 1st, 2020, due to unusually strong winds, a powerful wave rose up which first destroyed the lower part and subsequently the entire dam. Now you're looking at NASA imagery. This is before and here is after. The water traveled a distance of 60 kilometers and even gathered along the border with the neighboring country of Kazakhstan, an area of 610 square kilometers. That's nearly the size of the entire state of Texas. After the dam failure, some gigantic catfish were flung ashore, which the government even tried to use as a reason for the breach. If you enter Dustlick MFY into Google Maps, you'll find a hotel near the reservoir, and you can see for yourself the flooding of the area in real time. On August 17, 2009, an ordinary working day began at the Sayano-Shushenskaya Hydroelectric Dam. But at 8:13 a.m., this happened. Due to the failure of a critical part, a large volume of water began to surge out of a turbine cavity. The pressure was so great that the whole building flooded in a matter of minutes. The water followed on workers' heels and began to flood the parking lot. You can hear popping. These are short circuits that led to a complete blackout at the hydroelectric plant. The gates remained open and there was nothing to hold the water back. The water rushed through the dam and swept along with it were 40 tons of machine oil. The total damages from this disaster exceeded $100 million, and repairs took a whole 5 years. Puerto Rico has 38 dams, and every single one of them has been rated as having a high hazard potential. So when Hurricane Maria struck the island, a dam failure was only a matter of time. Lake Guajatica quickly overflowed and a crack appeared in Guajatica Dam. The green expanse which you're looking at now is the dam itself, and a powerful surge of water is gushing from its side. This is how the breach looked from the air. 70,000 residents of the affected area were told to just run for their lives. The water quickly reached the local community and left behind enormous destruction. This time, the dam managed to stand, but for how long? If the dam ever really collapsed, 37 million cubic meters of water would issue forth from the reservoir. In May 2020, a new lake appeared in Midland County, Michigan. It formed several hours after the failure of 2 dams at a Michigan hydroelectric power plant. Due to heavy rains, the waters rose to a critical level. Workers at the hydroelectric plant tried to release the water, but the pressure was too strong and the dams collapsed. This is how the lake looked before the breach, and here's what it looked like after. All the water from the lake roared forth in a surging torrent along the Tittabawassee River, and along the way, it destroyed a bridge carrying traffic. Forests and fields were flooded, the waters 2.7 meters deep. It was the worst flooding Michigan had ever seen. Imagine you're sitting on the couch watching YouTube when suddenly your house is floating away. That is exactly what happened to residents of the Russian town of Russia after a nearby dam burst. In mere days, the area had seen a whole month of rainfall. The Gorodoyanka River overflowed as drainage pipes had become clogged with trash. The surging stream of water should have been held back by a series of 3 dams, but now you're looking at the second of them. They were simply blown away by such a powerful flow. Laos is home to 16 hydroelectric dams, and 2 of them have already failed. The first breach occurred in 2017 in the central province of Xiangwang. After the rainy season, the still incomplete Nam Ao Dam collapsed and 500,000 cubic meters of filthy water came rushing down from the mountains. Just 1 year later, a dam in southeast Laos failed in the Attapeu province. This too was due to extreme weather conditions. A filthy torrent amounting to a whole 5 billion cubic meters swept across nearby towns. This was 10 times bigger than the 2017 disaster. When the waters receded, here is what was left of the towns. Yes, indeed, another 50 such dams are being built in Laos, but no one seems concerned about how prepared they are to deal with unpredictable weather in the region. A dam in the Brazilian city of Brumadinho was supposed to contain millions of tons of industrial waste. But just look, here is what happened. The dam had been made from sludge, the cheapest and most readily available material. Upon contact with moisture, the sludge became brittle, and on January 5th, 2019, the dam burst. From the destroyed storage site, so much waste issued forth that it could have filled 4,800 Olympic-sized swimming pools. In order to build Colombia's largest hydroelectric dam project, engineers redirected the course of a river. The surplus water had to pass through underground tunnels and into specially prepared channels. But here's how things really happened. A landslide blocked the 3rd largest tunnel. Workers could not manage to clear it, and then the water simply punched a hole through the blockage. The flow was so powerful that it overturned the construction equipment weighing many tons and flooded a nearby town in just minutes. On November 15, 2015, the largest breach involving toxic waste in world history occurred. Around the Brazilian town of Mariana, a dam failed. It had held back a reservoir with industrial waste from the mining industry. Over 42 million cubic meters of toxic waste swept over a distance of 668 kilometers, and after 17 days reached the Atlantic Ocean. The mine's owners were fined $4.8 billion, not counting compensation paid to victims of the flood. Did you think that this is Niagara Falls? No, you're looking at an extreme release of water at the Oroville Dam. On February 7, 2017, a huge hole appeared on the dam's spillway. The company running the dam had skimped on construction costs by a whole $100 million. Apparently, they urgently needed to buy themselves some Lamborghinis instead. And here's what ensued. Heavy rains fell and the reservoir was greatly overflowing. Workers just needed to open the locks and release the water in order to avoid a breach in the dam. What could possibly have gone wrong? In just 1 second, 2,831 cubic meters of water passed through the spillway, and here is what it turned into in a couple of days. This dazzling water show led to losses of $1.1 billion, but the rainbow was just perfect. Were those Lamborghinis worth it? This Texas dam decided to quietly retire after 91 years of faithful service. Its failure happened right in front of the cameras. Water knocked a hole through the gigantic concrete structure. The dam buckled and then crumbled to pieces, and the seething current sent chunks of concrete flying up into the air. This was Lake Dunlap, on which the dam had been built on the morning of May 14, 2019. By evening, the huge reservoir had simply flowed away. This is what people who had bought luxurious real estate on the lakeshore were left with. Phew, I'm never getting close to a dam ever again. That's all for today. Which of these dam failures impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in the next video.